Um, Hello everyone, and welcome to inking session. This is actually a fast forward uh, I recording. This is a voiceover that I'm doing. This um yeah, I'm just going to talk about what I ink. Um, Actually, just now. Actually, this is it's just a panel, just one panel, and this is for my comic, uh, my new comic. And this is literally the first panel of the first page. Um, yeah, so let's talk about the inking here. Um, yeah, so I just bought a new ink that is waterproof, and after this inking, I'll be coloring it with watercolor. And if you guys would want to see that process after this, um, I could make another. Well, I mean, do let me know in the comments below if you are interested. But yeah, this is right now we're just gonna talk about the inking. So I'm using a G pen, obviously, as you can see, and actually, before this, I use those uh, Sakura's Micron Pigma pens, and those are really good for inking. But for this, I was thinking uh, the thing about G Pen is that the control of the line is very different than one that is just solid all the way. Because the G pen flows could be thick and thin, and for the Sakura Micron that I'm using, uh, I'm not sure if you guys will see it in this video, but the one that I'm using is it only remains for one size only. And so I thought that there wasn't much charm in using those pens, but I do use it uh, manually if I wanted to create those thick and thin. But for now, yeah, this for using this G pen, there's a certain satisfaction when uh, I'm drawing a line, and yeah, that what I'm doing right now. I don't think it really works since the nib is like um very thin. So those type of work, yeah. Why do I do that when I can just like ink it with a, a thicker pen? I don't know. I think I really just like the G pen feeling, I think. But yeah, so I'm just thinking here. I'm gonna fast forward a bit and see where I am. Okay. All right. Still, if you see there's a little glitch here and there, it's just me fast forwarding. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, so now I'm starting to do the main character of my comic, and this character's name is Munya, and it's Munyah. He's doing a peace sign right now. I think if you're gonna introduce the audience to your character and to your comic, I think the best way to show it is that the comic, uh, you you come in hot with being peaceful as your first message, and I think this derpy cat does represent that peace, that it isn't here to uh, it's here to entertain you, not cause any. What am I talking? I'm sorry. The inking, right? Okay, so that's the character there. The main character is behind the boot. Here, there's a time skip here because I did a little change on the side mirrors of the car, and I wasn't too happy with the side mirrors actually. But I think I'm gonna leave the side mirror like that for now. I mean, I think it's too small, but I mean, if you look at some of those low riders car, those it's a Chevrolet, I think. Some of their side mirrors are pretty small if you compare with the whole body of the car itself. And I don't know, I'm just an mm, hang on, I think I can adjust this a bit. There we go. Yeah, so just inking the car now, and just notice how I really like to do like straight lines, freehand, because once you manage to put this a little up, yeah. Once you manage to make a straight line freehand, there is a certain satisfaction of having it. That's me checking if there's still ink. Oh yeah, the thing about uh, G-pen is mainly the angle of how you hold the nib or your pen. You think that there isn't more ink in on the nib, but once you rotate it in a certain angle, then the ink will flow just fine. That's why I keep on checking if there's still ink, and if there is, then that means I have to rotate the pen. Okay, but now we're going to do the foreground base where the car is laid upon. Pretty simple though. Let's fast forward. Okay, we're doing a little leaf, little grass, some more little hatching, some little rocks, and start to do some of the shadows, some more hatching for the shadows. Nothing too complicated here. It's just commit to one angle for the shadows and keep it consistent. Now it's the bushes at the side. Guys, you just have to do little cloudy, curvy shapes. round shapes, but it's like half round. Oh, I'm doing the chair. So basically, when I'm inking, it's I look at it a uh, in a in a from afar, so I can see which part am I missing. So sometimes it's not just one part I'm focusing. And I feel like, oh, there's something to add here, then I'll just hop on and do that part. And yeah, I'm cross hatching here, but not cross. This is not cross hatching. This is just hatching. Cross hatching if you want a little bit more dark in your shadows. But here I'm just doing hatching just to show like the little part of, you know, randomness in the bushes and all the thickets. Now we're going to do the archway. Doing the archway and all these pillars, there's a satisfaction about it when I pull the line down. Look at that. Ooh. So what I'm inking too is there's a breathing exercise. Is that every time you ink, for me at least, I would try really hard to stop breathing, you know, because that would stabilize my hand. But I think not sure if that I think it's just good breathing methods. Like after you put down a line, and then when you release the pen, probably you would have to breathe out after. But some more boulders. These are boulders at the ridge. So I think down there would be a lot of water. As you can see, there's a bridge there. Yeah, these boulders aren't really too complicated. Yeah. I'm gonna fast forward a bit. And now we're doing the kind of like, what are those things called? They're like gates. I forgot what they are called, but they're like stopping you from going over the edge. Wow, I really don't remember. What is it called? I know what it's called in my native language. I forgot what's it called in English. Not gates, it's, what do they call it? There's a word for it, I forgot. Forgive me. Let's fast forward here. Okay, we're doing the gate now. Oh, this is satisfying as well. Let's look at those lines. Shoo. Whew. Wow. All the way down. Wow. Yeah, and this too. Yeah, that one isn't straight, but I think it helps with the naturalism, because I think there has to be, look, everything is not perfect, right? Then those imperfection makes things more alive, I think. And I'm gonna fast forward here. Well, it's just me thinking what I'm gonna do next. Okay, and these are some cobblestones that I'm doing. Yep, some more cobblestone. I think for me, doing cobblestones in that size actually is not really a good idea. But I don't know. I think I was so adamantly wanted to show that that's where the cobblestone starts. Mm, so I just added it out of just because. Okay. What am I doing? Okay, so right now I'm continuing to do the windshield. You see, like, do you see that? Like, I go to one place and another, and now I'm back to the car again. So it's not strictly focus. I'm not strictly focusing on one area. It's just that uh, sometimes I would be thinking to myself, okay, I need some time to commit to inking this part. Let me ink another part so I can think about it. But yeah, I think I managed to do car without any. Well, it's there. I mean, there we go. That's the car. It's done right there. And that's it. Okay, now that thing that I'm drawing right now is like a little sewer. So that's where the water comes out from the town. And then some more hatching. Uh, this is I'm drawing what's inside the gate. There's like a little stall or vendor inside the town on the get-go. So when you come in, like you get to see you get to get to get you get to see the like people selling food and stuff because if you're a traveler, you probably would want to eat by the time you reach your destination. But I heard like some people that they don't mind. They're not too hungry. But wouldn't you be? You be if you're like traveling. Wouldn't you want to eat at a at your destination right after you arrive? I mean, that would be the first thing. At least I'll be doing. Uh, okay. Yeah. So pillars. We're gonna starting doing the wall right now. Oh, what am I doing? Look at that. Look at the indecisiveness. I don't know, like, where should I start? Where should I go? Okay, so I guess I start with the mountain. And let's see. All right, there we go. That's the mountain right there. This mountain is like in the distance, so where do I go from there? Yeah, I'm cross hatching here. Just a little, not too overwhelming. Uh, just some indication, I think. Yeah, just some indication here and there. And the clouds, little clouds, and some birds. So uh, I usually do two birds because he's gotta have to have a friend. You know where that's from? Comment down below. Okay, so we're doing some pillars, more pillars here. Nothing too new about this, but I do like the line, how I line thing. Now I'm doing the banners. Hmm. To make those straight lines, sometimes you have to be at an angle to do it, and go. It's either you're going down or going. Uh, the straight lines usually is the key is to pull your pen, never push. So if you want to draw something that is going down, you pull it down, not push it up. So pulling usually is the way to go if you want to make straight lines. At least that's for me. I'm not sure if anybody out there would agree. Maybe they do push their line and it would still be straight, but in my case, pulling the line uh, is much more easier to have straight lines. See, pull. I mean, once you pull and you see the line there, it's easily to go back to. It's easily to go back to trace it again to make it thicker. So the banner. Don't you guys feel like there's some type of satisfaction in drawing straight lines? I mean, that's nice to see. Some little windows. Yep, look at this. Phew. Bam. Some more shadows. Uh, I'm just sorry, guys. I'm just fast forwarding because it's the same method here. It's just, oh, you see that? That's nice. I don't know if I was pulling or pushing that. I think I was pulling. Wow, so nice. Yo, I'm just saying, like, if you use a G pen and you're like not using rulers and stuff, and you're just doing freehand on straight lines, something about it is like, wow, it's nice. But if you messed up, I mean that thing, that's not fun. This is just all eyeing, not really calculated. Because I mean, it's imperfection. Not everything in the world is perfect. So imperfection does actually show how real things are. Well, in terms of architecture, can never be too perfect. I mean, you could if you want to be super safe, but uh, not too sure. Okay, so let me just fast forward here. Okay, we're doing the inside of the behind the wall now, and I think that in most cases the wall should be higher than what you see now. If you look at this, like the village behind there, the wall should be taller, but I wanted to show a little bit of a tease of how the village, well, it's not a village, it's a town. it's a it's a castle, but there's like little town inside. And if you were to play a lot of RPG games, this is where you get your items, your armor, your infos. You find your next you know uh next mission. What am I doing now? Right, okay, still inking the, yep. Just fast forwarding. It's just a little bit off here and there. There you go. All those straight lines. Wow, just so nice. Would I recommend using a G pen? Yeah, definitely. would I say that do you have to use a G pen? No. Any pen you can use to make, comic. Obviously, to each their own liking of what type of pen. But my reasons of using a G pen is just that this natural thick and thin line that solid uh, pens, technical pens, and imitate, because they're just like you will always. I mean, you could manually do it, like do the thick and thin, but the G pen just shows how fun it is just to see. Like, I mean, there is no wrong and right. You just have to do it. You just have to commit to it. Unless you're very what's the word for, like, you like everything to be in order. What's that? There's a word for it. I forgot. Like an acronym. What am I saying? Forgot what's the word. Later, you guys can tell me in the comments. But yeah, like, I mean, the town, freehand, straight lines. That's it for me. Like, I mean, once I get the pencil line done, and I know where everything goes, everything should be good after that. Yeah, it's just so fun inking. Look at that. That's a town right there. Oh, and don't question me about how there's a car in this type of uh mm, like classic fantasy uh setting. Oh, by the way, this is about to end. I just want to say wait, I just want to show you I'm gonna be like cutting this and then showing you final the final look how it's gonna be. There you go. I inked the background so the front ground can pop. And there you go. That's the inking for my first panel of my comic. So I just want to say thank you all for joining this session of inking. And now we're gonna get gobbled by my main character. So thank you and goodbye.